Hi, hello everyone. Welcome again to a new video. So as part of today's video, I'm going to share how we can define a definition of done in Jira. So we will just understand, we will take couple of tips. There can be multiple ways of, defining the definition of done so that team can refer to this particular checklist as part of their development and they can understand, okay, what is the criteria on the basis of which we are saying these work items, these cards, or these set of user stories are completed or they are done. So let us start. Hi. So I am sharing the Atlassian crowd, and I have created a free login there by with the user creative learning made simple. So what I will do is these are the apps which are available to me once I log in into home.atlassian.com. So I will just click on Jira and let's try to we see the left navigation here, so we can use this particular plus button to create a project. So I'm going to create a very new project, and let's say we want to create a Kanban project. So what we will do is we will click on Kanban. We will say use this particular template because we want to create a Kanban project. We will keep it as company managed, and let's say this is our Kanban DoD because that's what is the emphasis on, right? So it has automatically assigned the key once we have given the name and we click on next. So it has given the message Jira project successfully created. So let us see. I think it's taking time. Let me just refresh it. Okay, so this is our project Kanban DoD. And if I click on this one, so we have got this project open. And this is the navigation. We have the summary, we have timeline, Kanban board, calendar, reports list. So let's say this particular team, they are working on a development project, and for this particular team, they are thinking about, where they can put their definition of done. So very first tip is they can use the Kanban workflow. So if we see this is our workflow, like, backlog consists of, all the to-do items, and there might be some of the requirements which are selected by the team for the development. Then they are saying, okay, this particular item is in progress, and then they are done. So what is happening in between, right? So if we remember, like, definition of done is kind of a checklist which ensure, okay, what are the key steps which we have to take care when we say that, okay, this particular user story, this particular work item, or this particular card is done. So what we can do is, let's say for this particular team, they are saying that someone needs to do the testing as well. So what they can do, they can just click on and say QA test and say yes. So QA test has come. Also, as part of the done criteria is that someone has to also do the code review. So maybe they can also click on another column and they can say code review. Okay, and we can always drag this column. We can say come here. Okay, so this is how it is. This is our backlog. This is selected for development. This is what is in progress, and this is code review, QA test, and done. Right, and so this is one way. And I mean, if let's say there is a team which also wants like user to test that, so maybe they can also include UAT test as part of the criteria. Okay, so that means this is the checklist, or this is the kind of a done criteria for this particular team which they have used in their workflow. So backlog will consist of to-do items. Then, some of the items will be selected for the development, and then developers will start, working on them. They will ensure, once the development is done, they also ensure the code review is completed. They will pass it to the QA. QA will ensure that it is passed. And after that, there will be a user acceptance testing. And finally, we can say it is done. So this is one way of taking care of the definition of done by using the workflow, by using the columns. Uh, For some of the teams, the second tip could be they can utilize the dashboard. So if we look at the dashboard, so we have the dashboards here, right? And we do not have a dashboard here created. So we can say create a dashboard. So let's say we are saying uh, Kanban team dashboard. Okay, and we can say who is the viewer. So the all the project members, all roles, they are part of they can view this dashboard. Now, there is a gadget which is available that we can utilize for this particular thing, and that particular gadget is called Rich Text. So, no, this is different one. Let's try to see whether we can have that. Okay, not this one. Maybe looking at the apps, explore more apps. It may not be a gadget, it may be an app. So it says explore apps for Jira, and I'm saying if we have this app available, Rich Text Dashboard. So yeah, so this is from Atlassian only, Rich Text Gadget for Jira. So I will just click on this one. Okay, so this has already been added, and what we will do is we will click on this particular project setting, and we will see whether this has this particular app. So it is not showing this particular app here. Let's go back and see. So there was some issue with this rich text gadget for Jira. So we want to install and use this one. It says like, so what we are doing is we came to the apps and we say explore more apps. And then after that, we have done this search. So we will just simply click on this one and let's see if we can have it installed. So it says like, get it now. So it says like adding rich text gadget for Jira, and we will tell you when your app has been added. So your app has been added to your instance and is ready for use. Let's click on Manage App. So we can see like these are the apps which are available. So we have Agile Retrospective, which we have the checklist, Jira Toolkit plugin. We also have got Rich Text Gadget for Jira. Now let's see if we can have this in our project. So we will simply click on project and we will see this is our Kanban DoD. Let's try to go to the project settings and look at the apps which are available. Okay, so we are getting these apps, but we are not able to see the rich text gadget. So let's see if there is another way. So this was our team's dashboard which we had defined, and if I click on okay, if I click on edit and add a gadget, so do we have that one rich text gadget? If I say add, okay, so it has added it here, and so this is what we wanted to use. And now what we can do is we can simply say, let's say this is our definition of done, and we can say uh, code is implemented for all acceptance criteria. Second thing is unit testing is done. Third thing is code is reviewed. And maybe we can have the fourth thing QA test passed. UAT is passed and user story is accepted. Let's say this is our definition of done, and maybe we can make it as a bold and we can save it, and this is done. So this is how it will look like. And we can change the name of this one. What we can do is, if I maximize this one and click on edit, so we can have this one as DoD. Okay. So this is again another way. I mean, let's say we want to keep some of the checklist for our team. Like it could be like definition of done, it could be definition of ready, it could be some standards that we have to use. So we can utilize this particular plugin or this particular gadget. And let's say we want to add DOR as well. So we can also say rich text and we can add it here. So this is again what we can do is we can say like this is our DOR and saying that user story has a description, user story has acceptance criteria, user story dependencies have been identified. So now it has added this DOR here. So and we can always place them. So this one we can call it as DOR, the kind of a checklist. And I just wanted to move it here. Okay, so this is how we can move it. So these were the two tips of defining the definition of done. One is we can have the workflow configured in such a way that it reflects the definition of done that is agreed with the team. And the second way is we can use this particular plugin app or a gadget which is called Rich Text, and we can just paste it in our dashboard. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you.